Oh, dearie me. Well, that's what you heard the conversation I had with your colleagues, did you?
I did not, I'm afraid. I was walking over.
Right.
So, how are you? You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you? Yes, thank you. I was letting them know that I'm autistic and got Tourette's and echolalia and a bunch of other stuff, and I've got all my medical records with me to prove it. So if I start swearing loudly and you're trying to arrest me for a public order offence, that's going to go really badly. So please don't do that. Can I have your word?
I'll take that. I honestly will. I'll take it.
I suppose that's better than they did, to be honest. Although that's still as non-committal as they were.
How long do you get? Because I haven't done this for a few months. I haven't been down here.
This is the first time I've been here. I couldn't tell you. I'm not part of the protest. I'm just here because I've seen all the videos on the internet of the way the police are misusing their powers against these guys, but not using any powers against the farmers at all. People getting thrown into the road, people getting thrown to the ground. Do you not think that's pretty awful?
I haven't really been a part of it.
That's not the point. That's not the point whether you've been a part of it or not. Do you not think it's awful that officers are misusing their powers against protesters but not applying the same powers to the farmers? Do you not think it's pretty awful?
Instead of like just doing the law,
I think the police need to do what they need to do in order to keep order.
But what they need to keep order?
Yeah, to keep order, and this is absolutely fine, isn't it?
Well, it was before.
Could you ask her not to parent us?
Say that again?
They kind of parent us.
There is that, yeah. It is a bit ridiculous. They're not parenting the farmers though.
Like telling us, don't do that, don't mind them.
Yeah.
Mind this, mind that.
But when the farmers start effing and blinding and driving into people, for God's sake, no one's been done for driving offences here, for driving into people, it seems. And yet there's loads of videos of it on the internet. That's not the point. It's not the point. You guys need to start. You can have an opinion about something, whether illegal or not.
As I see things today, but obviously I haven't been here, so I can't comment on other things, can I? I'm not here all the time.
I think.
Is that fair?
Well, not really, no, because there's loads of videos and stuff on the internet. You can inform yourself of what's going on. You don't have to be blank about it.
I acknowledge it.
Were you part of the Second World War?
No, I was.
Do you think the Nazis are terrible?
I'm not having an opinion on it.
You're not having an opinion on the Nazis.
But we're here today to just make sure everything's in order, which it is.
Do you not have an opinion about Hitler either?
I'm not going to have these conversations. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'm just here to make sure that everyone's okay.
Well, let's hope we see that today and not what's happened before, where people have been thrown into the road and dragged around and treated completely unfairly compared to what the farmers are doing to the protesters. Because it's getting really popular on the internet seeing this, and more people are going to come down.
Yeah, they probably are.
What would you do if you saw one of your officers breaking the law? One of your fellow officers?
Do I need to answer that?
Well, yeah, because there's loads of officers that protect horrible people in the
But it might be
force.
different in every instance. If something happened...
No. I just said directly, if you saw one of your officers doing something horrible, which would be?
I don't know, it depends on the...
Do you know how to make a complaint against one of your
Yes, I do.
officers?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how'd you do that then?
It's been done before, I'm not going to tell you that. It's been done before. But that's all I'll say about it, alright?
Why is that a secret bit of information, how to put a complaint in about a fellow officer?
Because it's just not what I want to talk about today. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't ignore it.
Okay.
What kind of person to ignore it?
What about him over there? Do you think he'd ignore it?
I don't know, he's his own person.
He doesn't look very happy.
It's cold, isn't it?
It's not that cold. It's global warming, for God's sake. Well, anyway, let's all have a nice day.
Hope so.
And as a representative of who you're representing, you must get this fairly often. Do you get hassle in the street from people asking you questions about what the police are,
not
fucking up, basically?
We struggle to find time to do foot feet in the city, so we're usually out in a vehicle and we go to jobs rather than going out and having the time to interact with people, which is quite sad because I'd like to do more of that.
Yeah.
So I don't really, when I have the opportunity to interact with people and take up the offer.
So I think that's what the problem is with all of this, is mainly kind of boils down to funding and lack of training, really.
Just there's not that many of us anymore.
Well, as I mean, yeah, funding, lack of training, lack of officers, but the lack of training is the worst thing that I've seen.
Because we're so busy, particularly in the city centre, the amount of jobs that come in, because we are response officers, we respond to the jobs and we don't get time to be as proactive as we'd like.
And it does seem as well, there seems to be a lot of officers that make it up as they go along, not going along, which is why there's a rise in auditors. I've never known any other job where people can do so badly and still be protected. Or not bother going home and doing research into their own jobs and the laws they're trying to uphold, or lying about in a lot of cases by getting it wrong. Anyway, don't arrest me, please.
We'll do my utmost.
I'm only going to be swearing. If that happens, then I'm not going to be able to help it.